So, you finally made it back to the channel, huh? You saw the thumbnail, maybe on Twitter, maybe in notifications, I don't know. But you decided to come here to find out about this, right here. This piece of beautiful artwork. You probably asked Jojo what's going on. Jojo don't know. He can't tell you nothing. I told him not to. You want information, you gotta come to me. Capiche? So, this is what I want you to do. I want you to grab your drink, grab your popcorn, doing the word of flavor.com. Sit back, chillax, and when you get done with all of that, I'm gonna introduce you to my little friend. Okay? I'm reloaded. Let's go.
Alright guys, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, I know you came here because you want to check out this slider. You want to find out what it's all about, and we're going to dig into it. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is the build quality. The build quality on this, in my personal opinion, for the price that you're paying for this particular slider, is fantastic. Now this is the newer carbon fiber motorized slider. It's 31.5 inches long. They do offer a longer version, I believe it's 39 inches, and they're about the same price. But personally, for what I need it for, I didn't need 39 inches. This one does just fine. That's what she said. The primary rails are carbon fiber. However, the remainder of the slider is made from very thick, high-grade quality aluminum, and it's super sturdy. This thing is literally a tank. Let's start off with the legs. So on the legs, it's just like kind of on your tripod. It has little teeth that kind of grip into place. You loosen these up, it allows you to rotate it, and you can lock it down so that way you can get it just the perfect kind of way you need it for whatever terrain you're on to make sure your shots are super level. In addition to that, these feet right here, you can twist them out an additional 1.5 to 2 inches to give you some added height and clearance as well. And I mean, for the most part, that's about it as far as the build quality itself. It's just a solid piece of kit to have for sure. Now, one of the things that this thing does that you wouldn't think it would do for this price point is it allows you to get tracking and pan shots. And in order to do that, you have to loosen up this middle rod here and you rotate it. If you rotate the right side back and the left side forward, that gives you your tracking shot, which allows you to focus on one item and just really just catch it from multiple angles as it slides. So it's a great feature. That's one I use probably the second most because I'm doing product reviews. Then there's also the pan feature, which does the opposite. It does a wide sweeping shot from side to side, giving you a wide angle view of whatever it is you're trying to shoot or the area you're trying to shoot. That is a feature I have yet to use because I don't really take the slider out. It's for my studio. But for those of you who are looking to take this out, that might be something you're interested in. And it does offer that. This also brings up my first point of contention with this slider, which is in order to do that, like I said, you have to rotate the center bar, which the middle dolly, the primary dolly that's on there, it's got 4 additional glides that slide up and down on this rail. This is where I think Neewer could have done some better fine tuning, I guess, of the process of it, because basically you loosen this up and then you have to rotate it. But to get it back in place, to get a straight across smooth slide shot, you have to line it up with the markings on the side and like hold it in place and try to tighten it back down and then go over and do the other side. It's not terribly difficult, but it is time consuming slightly and it's a little annoying. But so I think that's somewhere they could have improved a little bit. But overall, it's not that big of a deal because you're usually not on a huge time constraint when you're filming anyway. So that being said, when you get the slider and you take it out of the package, now it does come with a carrying case. So I'll show you that there's that, and this is the carrying case. It's a real good carrying case, nice and sturdy, it's padded and all that good stuff, has a handle on it and a strap. However, I have yet to use that case, and the reason for it is once you get everything taken out of the packaging and you set it up, because you actually have to put the motor onto the actual slider and you have to add the track onto the actual slider for the motor. The slider itself will not fit back into the carrying case with the battery motor attached. So that is a huge problem right there. So if that's something you're using it for, yeah, you're gonna have to figure that out. When I took it out yesterday to get some slides for this video, I actually just took the slider, stuck it in the backseat of my truck, and it was fine. I didn't have any issues with it. The track, I know a lot of people have been complaining about the track being super thin, but it's getting the job done. Like I said, I've had the slider since September. This is the version 1 of it, and I haven't had any issues. I'm pretty sure it probably could break, but I haven't had it break on me yet, and I've been using it quite a bit lately. But on that note, Neewer came out with a newer version of this slider. Now, this slider works primarily, or it functions primarily from an app that you download onto your phone, and you use that to operate the slider. The newer version of the slider, the main plate right here is designed a little bit differently. The battery mounted to it is designed a little differently. But overall, it's the same exact slider. But the added feature that one has is it comes with a remote control. So you don't have to use your phone, which for me would have been beneficial because I use my phone as my B cam. So I use it for my overhead shots, my top-down shots, so to speak, which I would typically be using that right now to show you guys so you can get a different view. But I can't do that because I need the phone in order to operate the slider. So that's all aside. Before we show you guys how the slider operates, I want to talk about the battery real quick. Now, the battery is a Sony NP-F550 battery. It's only a 2400 milliamp, which is the one that they give you. However, you can buy additional bigger batteries on Amazon. They sell a dual pack. There's two 6000 milliamp batteries. I want to say with the charger, and it's like $60. I'll drop a link in the description. You guys can check that out. So I'm gonna show you guys how this works. So you're gonna open the app. Once you open the app, your device automatically pops up. Make sure you cut the motor on first, because then it'll find it. It automatically finds it. You click on it, it instantly connects. So first thing it's gonna do is tell you to set point A and point B. Now this is where another small piece of contention comes into play for me, which is every now and then when you're trying to set point A and point B, for some reason, once you set point A and slide it to one side, when you try to slide it back to set point B, sometimes it doesn't want to slide, which is an easy fix. You just basically force close the app, reopen it, it connects instantly. You go back through the process again real quick. It takes a few seconds, but it is kind of annoying when it happens. I think it can be easily fixed with a firmware update from Neewer. They might have already done it. I just haven't checked yet, but it's just something to make note of. But like I said, it takes a few seconds to fix, not a big deal. So you're gonna hold one side and it's gonna slide. I never let it go all the way to the end. I have a thing about that. So now I've set point A. So now we're gonna slide it back the other way. And here we go. Here's when it's doing its thing again. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna force close the app. Gonna reconnect it again. I'm glad this happened now so I can show you guys what's going on. So we're gonna slide it back the other way now. And see, like I said, it doesn't take long. It's just annoying that you kind of have to do that, but it happens. So set point A again. Now we're gonna slide it back and set point B. Now it's all set up and ready to go. So basically, it does have continuous slide motion. You can toggle it on and off right here. It's completely up to you. You can also adjust the speed that the slider goes. I typically keep mine anywhere from 90 to 100%. Anything less than that is super slow. Unless you need it super slow, that's on you. But I don't use it that slow. I can just slow that speed ramp and slow it down in post. So you can turn continuous, bounce back and forth on and off. Now, if you let it just go for as long as it will, it'll bounce back and forth pretty much until the battery dies. And from what I can tell, on this particular battery, it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. But let's just do a slide shot and you can see. So I'm gonna press to the B side or the A side now and hit this, and it's just gonna go. If I wanna send it back the other way, you tap the other direction and it immediately starts going. So you can quickly switch back and forth if you want to, but if you don't, that's fine. Right now I have it set at 93%. You can kind of see how slow it's moving. If I push up to 100, it speeds up. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so using the slider is super easy once you get everything set up and out of the box. It's just, it does exactly what you want it to do, or what I've needed it to do, which is give me buttery smooth slide footage. So we've talked about the slider, we've talked about the pros, the cons, everything about it. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is the fact you can actually use this manually. If you don't want to use the motor, which I have no idea why you would do that because you bought it as a motorized slider, you can use it manually. When you first take it out of the packaging and the motor's not attached, that's manual mode basically. You slide it how you want it with your hand and do it that way. But you bought it to be a motorized slider, so attach the motor and get busy. Now, we've talked about everything about the slider. Do I think you should pick this up? Yes. If you're somebody who is looking for a slider, you've been contemplating a slider, been on the fence about it, you need one for a bigger payload because this has a 22-pound payload capacity. So you can throw some pretty big setups on this bad boy and get some good footage. If you're not trying to spend that Rhino Arc and some of them other big wig kind of monies where they're $500 to $1,500 for a slider to get almost the same thing that you're getting with this. Now, if you need that robot arm kind of movement and all that, go ahead and get that Rhino Arc. You're going to spend a grip for it, and it's like, I want to say like $2,500 for that setup. If you're like me and you're just looking for simple, nice, buttery, smooth slide shots and get some tracking shots and all that stuff, this is the slider for you. Right now, and when I purchased it, it was $269. It's currently still $269. Sometimes you can find it a little cheaper on Amazon. But the newer version that comes with the remote control is in a $20 bonus, I guess you would say, or bump in price. It's $289. But in my opinion, it's totally worth it because if you're like me and you use your phone as your B cam, it allows you to still do that. So, but other than that, yeah, I mean, that's my review. In a nutshell, I am super happy I made this purchase. Newer did not send me this, although I wish they had, but they did not send me this. I purchased this myself. Like I said, I've had it since September, and I have no regrets, and I think you won't either. So if you want to pick one up, I got links in the description. Slide down there, click on it. It does help out the channel. But before you do that, hit that like notification, that like button, and also the subscription button, because when you hit the like button, it lets people know that you like the video and that YouTube should probably send it out to a ton more people because they might like the video too. So other than that, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm JB with Iconic Mods, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.